School class, welcome to class today. I wanted to quickly go over um, your art Phoenix Gallery observation today and just what that looks like. I know we haven't done one of these before, so I wanted to talk through it with you and hopefully kind of clarify the assignment for you. So this assignment will be posted on Schoology. And so what you're going to be doing is walking down as a class to the Phoenix Gallery, which is down by the cafeteria. You'll need to take your computer with you, okay? So when we get down there, we'll make a copy of the Google Doc that's linked in Schoology, and then you'll follow the directions within that Google Doc, okay? So I wanted to go through that, but as you get down there, the first thing I want you to do is before you start writing, before you start doing anything, I just want you to look at all the pieces, and that might take 3 to 5 minutes. It's not a huge gallery, but there's about 15 to 20 pieces. So take some time, look closely, and once you see all of the artwork that's in the Phoenix Gallery, you're going to choose one, and that's the one that you're going to complete the reflection form on, okay? So take your time, make sure you choose one that's interesting to you, and that you would want to spend some time thinking about, okay? So once you do that, go ahead and answer all the questions, right? The first one is just the name of the artist and the title. The second one, this is where I want you to really take some time. This one should probably be a short paragraph, right? I want you to really look closely and describe the artwork as best as you can, right? So be super specific, all right? Think about what you're looking at, what sort of colors, what are all those descriptors that you could use? What's the size of the artwork? What materials do you think they used? Is it realistic? Is it abstract? Is there, all those things. So, right, be as descriptive as possible. And if you're doing a good job, this is probably a minimum 4 sentences. Maybe we're getting up to a short paragraph. All right. But I always say, pretend like I'm not there. I can't see the work. Try to describe it for me. Right. So if I read your writing, I should be able to see that picture in my mind. Okay. The third question, what caught your attention about this piece? This is your opinion, right? There's no right or wrong, but why did you choose this? What is interesting about it for you? Fourth, how do you think the artist made this work? You might not be a skilled painter and you're looking at a painting, but think about it, right? And think about it in stages. What did they do first? What did they do second? Maybe they painted the background first. Maybe they're, doing it this way, that way, whatever. So think about materials. Think about how they maybe made this work. And try to get inside the artist's mind. What did they do to kind of complete this? Okay. Next, here's where I want you to kind of look at the artwork and try to make some informed ideas about what you're seeing and what that might mean. What's the artist's goals, right? It could be just to create a realistic something, right? They're looking at something and they want to create a realistic interpretation of that, but it could be a deeper meaning, right? And so maybe they're changing the colors subtly, or maybe they're focusing on one thing and they really want you to see that. So think about what that artist's goals were when they made this artwork. What are they trying to say? So be specific here too. I think this artwork is about the beauty of nature and how we should notice the small things. I think that because, why? Right? What do you see that makes you think that? So be specific. Let me know why you think what you think. Okay? Question number 6 might be a little challenging because we haven't talked about this a lot. But what design elements or principles do you think are working well? So a really easy one I think we could all kind of think about is color. How are they using color? But it could also be like lines, space, maybe it's pattern. So I have some examples of design principles and elements there that you could maybe think about. This one might be challenging. Again, do your best with it. I know this is our first time doing this sort of analysis and reflection. The last question is just, what would you ask the artist? What's a question you might have after looking at this? Maybe you don't understand why they made this choice versus another choice. Maybe what are you trying to do? I don't really understand it. Maybe it's another question altogether. But if you could ask the artist one question, what would that be? And so again, if you're doing a really nice job, if you're writing complete sentences, your writing really reflects your full thinking, this is probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes about. Okay, so as a class, we're going to complete this together in the Phoenix Gallery. Then we'll move up to the classroom to complete our next task. But make sure as you're doing your reflection, maybe go back and read. Are your ideas really coming through fully? Are you writing with enough depth and detail that I can read your writing and really understand what you're thinking? So take your time and make sure you're communicating clearly in your answers. Okay, so I hope you enjoy that. and then we'll dig in to our artwork after this. Okay.